Time to make the donuts.
Time to make the donuts. Alrighty. Quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And no other friggin' better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, two idiots who misinterpret the news so you don't have to. The dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud at the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours and other people's, because they deserve to be questioned. You do need to get into our giveaways because they are open on both streams. Exclamation mark, I love free shit on both streams. On Laz's... Sorry. That's for bundling me.
What?
I love... Exclamation I love free shit is on Laz's stream. Pound the boutte on mine.
That's right.
And then exclamation mark bundle me on both. So,
that's right. You gotta be in it to win it. So make sure you type
because
the
someone
phrase.
had to go make themselves difficult by changing the phrase that pays for the streamer bundles.
The bastard!
Because someone complained about they don't want free shit. It's like, okay, pound the boutte.
Oh, somebody complained? You never mentioned that. Yeah.
Yes, I did. You ignored it.
I don't recall. Yes. Yeah, well, you know, I can't afford to pay attention.
We're both aware of that. I mean, it's like, yes. So, and Dwip is like, I clipped it. Yes. Yes.
Dwip is the clip master.
Oh, he clips everything.
Yeah, he is. But welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Whacked Out Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024 here inside and outside Shrouded Avatar. And as Jack just stated, giveaways are open. So make sure you are entered to win. And of course, it is the last show of the week. So we will be heading into a 4-day weekend after today's show. So y'all going to have to figure out what to do over the holiday weekend without us, unfortunately. And then
yes.
quick update, more likely than not, it looks like I'll be headed back out to the offices sometime again next week, either Tuesday or
Oh
Wednesday.
man, so even shorter week next week.
Well, no, just, it'll be a 4-day week instead of a 5-day week. Yeah. All depending. It might be an equal week depending on whether I need 2 days or 3 days to do 1 day or 2 days to do the work that needs to be done. I'm going to be replacing a security system. So depending how long it takes to rip out the old one and get the new one in will depend on what happens there. But we'll remind you about that on Monday when we get back from this weekend's festivities. But meanwhile,
yes,
we've got some stuff to talk about here. And you want to talk about that clip, that snippet that you snipped yesterday from chat?
well, we can, because people really don't pay attention to
including the people who wrote it.
yes, including the people that say these things. So let's go open up that image. Got to scroll up. So last night I was in game working on some stuff for some odd reason, and I paid attention to Universe Chat for a second, where there was some discussion about Icefield and another skill.
Attenuation, basically, is what it really was.
No. That's multiple conversations.
Okay, well, that's what I'm seeing here mostly.
Yeah, so the Sortheus, regardless, they need to update the glyph description to reflect the numbers and show that it's capped. Gipikomis, if you see the move speed something like this, 10, 50%, there's a number that fixed, you cannot be 100% slowed. That 50% will not be 0%, but it can be negative 1% onward. And Sortheus with a Candriel is testing a Bard skill, was able to get 88.6% move rate debuff. And then Ravelox going with attenuation is a band-aid that was put in place as a stopgap until the game is properly balanced. Once the balance efforts are completed, attenuation should be able to be eliminated. See the balance thread in the announcements forum section. And then, yes, it's 86%, because there are other questions about Ravelox. Can you go look at this? Can you do these things? But yeah, so Icefield versus what's the Bard skill called?
Bard.
Stagnation. Psalmist Stagnation. Psalmist Stagnation actually does a better slow than Icefield does, because you can get that up to 88.6%. But then Ravelox, so that led into a conversation of like, hey, Ravelox, when are you going to fix these combat related things? And instead of saying, hey, we're going to do that when we get to it, but that's not part of the first one, it's like, attenuation is a band-aid. Like everything Shroud related, it was a band-aid. Didn't someone say they were going to rip off band-aids a long time ago?
Somebody. I don't know.
Don't know who he was, but he is.
Work here.
some guy that was the CEO and the tech director and the owner of Catnip Games.
Something like that.
Yeah. And how many times did he readjust combat math while he was
well, see, I
balancing things?
I don't see getting rid of attenuation as being a band-aid. I see attenuation as something that, just keeps people from getting to 200 skill level too quickly. That's what I see as, especially with seeing some of the numbers that we've seen posted in the past. People with 180 this, 180 that, out of a possible 200. And if there was no such attenuation, people would be out there this week during double XP, and they would just be banging out millions upon millions upon millions. Well, pitches, yes. Therein lies the rub, of course. Wonder if removing attenuation would mean having to fight longer to get the same experience, i.e., balance. Yes, that's exactly what that's going to mean. That's going to mean that you won't be able to get your normal 7 million in regular XP, 15 million, whatever, in double XP times. It'll probably be, 3.5 million an hour, which will mean you'll probably wind up doubling. Yeah. So it says, who cares? Let them play. There are dozens of players.
Yeah. Stuff.
Yeah. Currently, let's see, 55 people, according to me, online at the moment. So yes, there are about 4 dozen players. That's right, dozens of players online.
Yeah. I've got 49 currently.
Yeah, actually, the number has been a little bit higher than the norm this past week. I think because people are either taking some time off. Well, A, it's double XP. B, kids are on summer break, so parents, have some extra free time. And
wait. That's implying that kids play the game. How many kids do you know play the game?
I didn't say anything about kids. This is kids are on break, so that means parents have more time. That's what I said. The parents have more time because they ain't running their kids all over the friggin' place. So the parents have time to play, and they're not, get the hell out of the house and leave me alone. Let me play my video games. That's what I'm relating to. I'm not saying kids are playing the game. I never mentioned kids playing the
helicopter parenting, man. It's like parents don't do that shit. They get arrested and CPS takes their kids away.
Well, yeah. Take your iPad and go in your room. How about that? Is that more like it? Yeah.
yeah. That would be better.
Go play on your Xbox. Yeah.
But you wouldn't say it's the summer that we're seeing more people playing because.
Well, again, and then the holiday weekend, people taking time off, during the holiday weekend. Yes, I would attribute all those factors to it, but mostly just the double XP. I believe there's a case of Shroud flu happening right now out there in the world, is what it really is. Because as soon as double XP was announced, I saw some people actually mentioning that they might be taking some time off to do shit.
Couple airship groups are running at the same time.
Oh, really? Is there? Let's see.
Well, not currently.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Or the day before. I don't know. Well, one of them was filled, one was not. So I mean, you end up with stuff.
Anyway, Ravlox mentions to go look at his post on balance about attenuation, and of course I went and looked at this post, and as short and sweet as this post is, there was no mention of attenuation or any of this other stuff that he's mentioned, and We've actually got some other stuff to show you today. So you want to get to a clip today, or two or three, or
We might as well get to a clip from those things. Da, 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 da.
and let me go over here, and where is it?
Da, 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 da.
Where the heck did that go?
Da, 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 da.
Where's the transcript? Where is it? It should be right down here. Why am I not seeing it?
I
There it
don't know.
is. Okay. There it is.
So I do have that page up, and we're doing a search for episode 2, right?
No, just episode. Which
just episode.
which will bring us to
first,
which will bring us to the first clip.
Which is 2654.
Correct.
Okay, we are clicking play in 3, 2, 1, play.
And we are also looking at there's some scene stuff that we're doing. So I'm working on the Lottie basement, which is way overdue, and getting that finished. There were some technical bugs with it, and got to get that fixed. In addition, there's new tech that I have to put in to make that work. So basically, the Lottie basement, Lord of the Isle basement, is actually a full scene. We've taken the fishing expedition scene and expanded it, so it's got 5 islands on it now instead of just the sandbar in the middle. I don't want to go into this too much because
Can we hit pause?
in its current form, this is an item that's being
Pause.
The Lord of the Isle basement. Okay. Where are basements located?
Underneath your. Oh well, yeah. You're gonna have to wait for the revealing part here. And Justice, you'll
it's
see
okay
him
if it's
next
a
week.
subterranean cavern. Yes, all basements are their own scenes. They always have been. But what's the other thing is they're also supposed to limit the size of the basement to the footprint of lot.
Well, see, yes and no. Again, that changed when they built the developer lot for basements, so that they could feature basements out in hometown without having to put a row lot to take up space because of space constraints, without building out and making it a megalopolis to just put basements in the scene. So the developer basement, well, is even smaller than a market size lot, and will allow you to put any size basement underneath it, up to and including a castle size basement. But wait, there's more.
Okay, so we're going back to play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Being part of the pledge for the Lord of the Isle, so it's going to the folks who purchased the Lord of the Isle pledge
the
package.
8 people,
and
Something like that.
That'll be tidied up and sent out hopefully at the end of this month. At the end of July, I shouldn't say the end of this month because it's only 2 days left. But I'm looking to get that done by the end of July. The problem I'm running into right now, I mean, there's a few bugs in it that I got to sort out, but I have solutions for all those things. The problem I have right now is I have to write new tech for a new basement. So basically, this basement, I've coined it as being a pocket universe because instead of going in and having walls, a roof, and being subterranean, right, in theory, you'll be going into a basement that will actually have a skybox that you'll actually be out in the open in a scene. And what we want to do is actually make it so that way you could get one of these in the Crown Store, not the specific Lottie one, but basically a scene. Imagine, if you will, a meadow, right? So basically, like the POT template, that's the flat field with wildflowers in it and stuff like that.
Imagine,
If you
if
had
you
a
will.
smaller version of it that you could access through a basement hatch, and then you could go in there and decorate it. You would not be able to place houses. It would have a larger decoration limit than a basement would, because it's a bigger area, and it's a dedicated scene. So this
It's
is
a
what we want to do
TARDIS.
with this, and the idea here is that if you go into the Crown Store, you'd be able to get one of these things, and we have a few on deck as to what we want to make. I might give you a hint or two on some of those. I have definitely the meadow. The meadow is probably going to be the first one because, well, honestly, it's the easiest. And then I want to do something with like an alpine one. I'm not going to mention, there's another one that's very unique that we don't have a scene like this at all. But we don't know if it's going to work, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. But we have this other thing that we're working on with that as well. So bottom line is that you'd be able to go into the Crown Store, buy this thing, and it will be, we'll say, X number of square meters. And we've identified the size that it's going to be. It's not going to be tiny. It's going to be, pretty big. And then it'll look like a regular scene. It'll have like mountains in background or something that'll, give you an indication that as if you're in another world. And then this scene that you get would be able to be placed as a basement in any house size. That's the intention. So if you get one of these things, you still be able to put that on a row. So you don't have to have like a castle to put this down. This would work on anything, row, village, town, etc., all the different sizes. So it'll have its own basement deed classification to allow it to be placeable on any row, any size lot, and it'll have its own set of decoration limits. So it's definitely a departure from some of the stuff that we've been doing, and this is going to be the first iteration to try it out. So I'm thinking that the meadow may be the first one that we get in, and I can't promise that it'll be in there at the end of July, but if it's not in there at the end of July with because the Lottie scene's first. Lottie scene's priority. I gotta get that done. Once the Lottie scene is done, then that'll have set up all the structure and framework for this to be able to for us to be able to put this in the Crown
So
Store
pause
and
again.
let everybody purchase these.
Yeah. Okay.
So what new tech does he really need? Can you think? Tina's make a statement that still not seeing any tech requirements. And then,
well, technically,
like
they already made the tech, whether he realizes it or not, or he's speaking out of turn. He already did it when they made the developer lot.
basements.
So that, well, again,
No,
the basements.
No. They made the tech when they
The basements have a
for
requirement to be the
basements.
same lot size as the lot right now, is what he's saying. The tech that they made for the developer lot allows any size basements to go under the developer lot. But now the tech that's got to be done is that they've got to develop a basement that will go under any lot. Why not?
So when you place a basement,
right?
What they did was they just said, "Hey, you can put, if you have a town lot, you can put a pre-designed basement that's a row-size basement, a village, which was a designed scene. Okay. You are not allowed to go outside the bounds of
300
that,
bits.
what they designed. So what they're doing now,
if you say that's true, then I should be able to put a castle lot directly under a row lot right now.
No. What they did was they set up the policy that, hey, we are going to allow, if you own a town lot, you can go row, village, town, but you cannot place a city or a keep or a castle.
Right.
Okay. That's some basic logic. What he has said that they are doing was they are building a scene that is accessible from the basement hatch. So it's just a fucking teleporter to a new scene, which is all basements are anyways. But the scene has larger land masses that are already predefined. The predefined land mass that they are putting in for the scene is not restricted by realistically by the village size lot, because all scenes.
Do you think that they have somebody who's just going to be able to go, oh, we can place anything? No, they have to rewrite a whole new set of shit. So he's got to put in new tech. It's just not as easy as going, drop it in and make a teleporter. I'm telling you, it's not. Meanwhile, Noob Skyblabber with 300 bits getting himself a copy of 3 Minutes to 8
require new
$14.99. Currently on sale for $7.49. So thank you, Noob Skyblabber. Yes, technically you're correct, but the parameters in which they're running under do not allow them to do that without rewriting new scripts and new parameters. So they have to put in new tech, technically. You know he doesn't verbalize very well. If you look through his transcripts, the amount of is ridiculous. But yes. And thank you, Noob, for those 300 bits.
Let's just say...
yes, it's a flag. Exactly that easy. But is,
and that is, but, I mean, it's
but he's not a programmer. He's not a programmer. Not easy for him to go in.
But he's working on the Lord of the Isle dungeon that's an exterior scene.
That he's been working on for 3 fucking years plus. Thank you. That's supposed to have been in last month and the month before and the year before and the year before. Yeah, you're talking about the man who has a history of not finishing anything he starts, but talks a big game right now. I'm not lying here. We all know this. You know, it's the biggest running
Bridge
joke.
Troll is a Lord of the Isle.
Yeah, was however you want to look at it.
Yeah, was.
But anyway, moving right along. Let us jump.
And there's what 8 Lord of the Isles in total.
Yeah, they didn't sell all of them.
They didn't sell all 16. So, which is, and in the Bridge Troll one was a donation to the Airy Fund.
Yes, so, that is correct. Also, he got his as an auction item to support a charity. Yeah. Let's go to the next point here.
Portion of the transcript.
Yes.
What are we searching for?
Just click down next on episode, and we'll get to something basically.
Comes up 600 times.
I told you.
Well, I mean, but that also includes allium episode. Okay, so now that I loaded more of the transcript, so we are.
You should be going to 34, 33.
Okay. We
And
are clicking on 3433.
yes.
Ready to click play again in 3, 2, 1, play.
Something about basically probably episode 3 through 5, that there'll be a backstory, an arcing backstory that's going to be introduced. So a lot of work. We're trying to catch up with getting episode 2 done. As you guys know, we are very short on resources, so it's taking a lot longer than
it gets
anybody would
better.
ever imagine for
Pause there.
this stuff.
It's taking a lot longer than anybody would ever imagine. No shit.
Yes.
Now, yeah. Wait till you hear what he says next. You're gonna love this because this just, as Kelly Bundy would say, wobbles the fucking mind. All right, continue play.
Wait, before we do that, we should come over to the Moobot.
You
close
think?
this.
Okay. All right.
Might as well. That way I can send.
And when the heck are we going to get to episode 3?
Well,
you got to get to episode 2 first.
2.
Right.
Okay. Pitches be treble.
It's a double win.
I forgot Pitches in-game name.
Come on, really?
Starts with an S. Yeah, I got to watch them die the other day on the airship because they AFK'd at the wrong time. Oh, wait, what's that?
Were you depressed?
Yes, there goes your RNG for the year. Yes, with the double victory. But streamer bundles are reopened on both streams, or until when Lance opens his up. So exclamation mark.
Gotta archive
Bundle me.
that one and reset.
It added a couple more buttons to me for some odd reason.
I haven't seen that yet. But there we go.
Okay, so we are going back to the web pages and clicking play in 2, 1, play.
Stuff to get completed, but we do have plans in place for what we want to do with episode 3. That would actually be able to allow us to escalate the time frame for it. So, but I want to get episode 2 done, and then we'll go into the episode 3 scenario as well. And once we start episode 3, the initial elements of the story arc would be introduced through episode 3, and then it'll get more prevalent in 4, and then of course 5 being the climax of the story. So, all right. So, let's see, what else do I have? Okay, yeah, that's a big one there. So, all right, I'm going to look at Ask Devs. I saw one just come in. All right, so where are we at on information gathering for Rebalance? So that is going to take a while.
It's going to be longer.
That's going to be longer. You guys play as you normally would. Nothing is going to change anytime soon.
Nothing to see here.
What I've said in the forums, and I will be updating that thread whenever we have new information, is that once we get done with the first phase, which is data collection, then we have to go through and look at it and start to go through and figure out what we're going to do. What
you say data collection?
Then I'll update that thread and we'll talk more about it. But we're definitely, based on the resources that we have to do the collection and work on this, it's not like we have somebody that we could dedicate to that project. If we did have somebody we could dedicate to that project, then we would. It would be quicker, but based on what we're doing, we're load balancing that in with everything else. We're doing a lot of data collection, the spreadsheet crunching that's going on, and then we'll get back to you guys and let you know what happens there. So like that right now, I wouldn't worry at all as far as time frames concerned. It's going to be months before we can even get the spreadsheet in front of ourselves to start looking at it. And again, I know some people have said, it's like, well, why would the devs even talk about this until they actually have it all done and say, okay, poof, we're going to do do the changes? Well, because you guys have been riding along in this community for a long time, and you've been here through the development of the game, and the voices have been, and myself as a
The
player
voices
have been
in my
saying for
head.
years about certain things being way out of whack and
Make it
needing to be
stop. Make
addressed and
it
everything. And
stop.
Portalarium had definitely done
Proud of the
a
half-ass.
rush job of getting things into the game. So they, in a lot of cases, the overall balance, the worksheet was not made, and they weren't really seeing all the stuff. Hey, how's it going, man? So
Hey,
Sanyo has joined us.
All right.
hey,
Go ahead and
I didn't
stop
have
there.
No, there it is.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we want to get episode 2 done, but we don't have a big staff, so that's going to take a while. But meanwhile, we've got the rebalance done, and we're not even going to get to look at the spreadsheet at least for a whole bunch of months while we pepper it in with this, which means let's talk about 2026 maybe before we see even the slightest in this, or 2027 before maybe 2030 before we even see episode 2. And hell, my license in the radio station is going to run out in September of 2027. Will we still have a license to broadcast by the time we get to episode 2? I'm just looking up there just for shits and giggles.
Remember the stupidity of their data collection, right? They are
Yeah.
manually doing the data collection. They aren't exporting things from the Mongo database because there are export tools available. And they're also using other things to report
there's
things.
only one person who knows how to use the Mongo database because he's the one who decided to use it, and he's not here.
What, you mean Chris Spears?
Yeah,
The
he's not here.
CEO of Catnip Games?
Yeah, it was his choice to use the Mongo
their
database.
CEO, they can't get the owner of the company to spend a few minutes to say, hey, how do I export this from the database?
Can you export this for us so we can, chief excuse officer? Yes.
Yes. The owner of Catnip Games can't figure out how to spend 5 minutes doing shit for them.
Hey, we've hit a peak, 60 people online. Look at that. Yeah, so you know it, I know it, Tina knows it.
I've got 53.
Several other people actually know that you should be able to just export that stuff out into a spreadsheet and be done with it, but no.
Yeah.
Because
manual data collection for every single recipe. Then they have to go through. It's kind of like that discussion where his forum post where he said that the higher the tier, the greater the ore node size because it gives more resources. That one silver ore I got in a fucking tier 15 zone says no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shroud math. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it'd require him to stop making other games with all of his time. Yes. So where are we going to next for the episode?
We're gonna go to. Where are we gonna go here?
Which timestamp?
Because
we are currently 38 into it. So
yeah, we're gonna jump to the
104.
104.
An hour and 4.
Yeah. Let's start with 104.30 though. One question.
Okay. Hold on. 104.30.
It's the one right above.
Okay.
Yeah, right above.
I did ask a dev. When will we see an update to the QA server patch notes? It's been over a year.
Oh, is that in here? Did he answer it?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay. You ready to click play in 3, 2, 1, play.
One question that came up here in Ask a Dev was, may we hope for finishing episode 2 story this year? And if not, may we hope for receiving early access to story? It says arcs. I'm sure he meant arc. Following the end of episode 1. But the bottom line here, and this is one of the drawbacks of the way that Shroud of the Avatar has been developed, is that as things are done, they're put in front of the players. So there is no big giant package reveal at the end, which in my opinion sucks because, obviously the amount of time that it's taken to get episode 2 to where it is now is a lot longer than one would hope. And again, resources and the
12
size
to
of our
18
team
months.
and the income that the game is getting and everything, it's all relative. So
When's the last
it is
time
what it is.
episode 2 scene
But
went into the game?
the thing is that we have been working
Couldn't tell you.
on episode 2, and quests are being put in and everything. The
9
content, the
months?
scenes are being put in. And that work continues. It's just slow. So when that's done, and I'm going to let Sanyo speak to some of this in a little bit here too as well. But when that's done, it's going to be anticlimactic because you guys have seen it all. We'll just come out and say, okay, there's episode 2, it's done with this release. We now have the coup de grace, whatever it is, scene, and then it's going to be nobody's going to realize that they've been playing it for all this time. So
Yeah, stop right
go
there.
ahead, Sanyo. I'm sure.
So yeah, therein lies the problem with what they decided to do here. Was they decided to paywall episode 2 with the bard
Pay
skills,
for the development.
with the bard skills after making the whole game free to play. But then you're gonna put that behind the paywall for those skills. And everybody paid for that just to get the Bard skills because they all wanted Bard. Nobody really wanted the episode 2 content. They just wanted the Bard content. And you had to pay for that to get the Bard content, And then with that, they opened up the new landmass, Mistrender, and started adding all that stuff.
Which is the episode 2 content.
Which is the episode 2 landmass.
Episode 2.
Yes, landmass is, episode 2, well, yeah, this episode 2 is the episode 2, book 2, supposedly, Tina. Supposedly.
Remember,
I'm not going
books are set
here.
400 years before the events in the game.
I understand that, but that's supposed to lay out why we're doing what we're doing in all these episodes, is it not?
Had you actually read the actual Blade of the Avatar, you would see that there really is no real connection.
Okay, so there's no connection between the Titans. There's no connection between the Oracle. There's no connection between the elves. There's
of
no
the world.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The backstory leads you to what the actual
backstory of the world.
It's the prequel to the story, right? Yeah. Well, hello. It's got a lot to do with it, whether you want to admit it or not.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
It's
the books were just to add additional interest.
Keyword supposed
now, the real question,
whether it actually does or not, that's a different story.
Yes. So Port Harmony was released in April of 2023.
Okay.
So does that mean that it's been an entire year since there has been a update to Mistrender?
Well, again, I want to get back to the point being that they released that content that way, and one of the reasons why I don't go out to episode 2 area is exactly what
you were waiting for the story.
No, is exactly what he's describing. Is everybody's running out to these new scenes as soon as they're released, and when they finally finish adding the last scene, everybody's going to be going, what happened to episode 2? And it's like, well, you've been running episode 2 from scene to scene to scene over the years. And when they release the last scene, it's going to be very anticlimactic because you're going to run that last scene, and that's going to be a dud. I mean, it's not even going to be.
Well,
Yeah,
the shit the quest line has to be play tested somehow
fuck it. We'll
because
do
we're
it
still
live.
fixing bugs
Fuck it.
from
We'll do it live.
yeah yeah. So the fun part about Mistrender is we actually have to go to the Soda Wiki page for it. Okay.
Right. Give me a link. There it is.
I sent you. So and you need to scroll down to adventuring areas, Cantabrigia region, the Rostfelt region.
Where are we seeing
and
adventuring?
Slaghole
areas?
Island.
I'm
You
not
have to
seeing-
scroll down.
I am. I have.
Yeah.
I see
Okay.
Slaghole. I don't see. Oh, adventuring areas: Grusk and Lamek's Bazaar.
So I'm trying to see when things actually came in. So essentially, we have to go through each of the things, but this one does not say Avatar's update number 405.
Which is funny because Grusk is listed as an adventuring area and an NPC town.
Yeah, and the Breach came in release.
Oh, so each one of these has their own
2020
adventuring
405.
areas. Okay, I see now.
Yeah,
I
yes.
see.
Yeah,
Panopticon, the Well of Adore, the Breach, Miker, Jotungrund.
Yeah. But it is so you can ignore the player-owned towns because they don't.
Lord
matter.
British's Castle, Port Harmony, Ruins of All
Yeah, so-
Time, Outlaws Run.
So
Vickland.
really, is the latest adventuring area or NPC town really? Is it really over a year since they've actually done an update?
But which one are you talking about? Port Harmony?
Yeah, Port Harmony. That's what chat is saying was the last episode 2 scene.
Let's see. When was Port Harmony? When was this all put in? Does it give us
I told you July of last year.
April 26th?
Or April of last year.
April
of 2023.
Yes, last year.
Hmm.
So let's see. Vickland was put in when? Vickland was October 2022. Okay, yeah. So
Released me 3 for Outlaws Run. Castle British came out after that. Vickland, you just checked. Lamek's Bazaar, if you want to check Grusk.
Lamek's Bazaar doesn't even have a date on it.
No, it is one where you actually have to.
Grusk doesn't have a date on it.
Yeah. Then Tanglemire and Spindleskog.
Tanglemire, Spindleskog, normal, hard, and extreme. Again, also
Avatar's update number 388, which 2 years ago. Spindleskog, also not giving us details on when it was done. So over a year since the last update for a adventurer scene or player-owned town. So does that mean that the only thing left for episode 2 is the storyline?
Well, let's see what Sanya's got to say. Let's get back on over here.
Where are we going to?
Just going to be click and play because Sanyo is going to explain here.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, play.
Sure, you'll have some impact on aspect on this.
Yeah. So the short answer. So he's talking about the story specifically, like quests and stuff, not necessarily scenes. the short answer is, will the whole of episode 2 storyline be done by the end of this year? I'm going to say no. I'm the only one working on that story, and it's slow going. However, you also asked, will it be? You basically asked, will there be other story arcs that's sort of a part of it? Not in episode 1, but I'll still do little sort of conversational based interactions, like we did. What was the thing we did with? Oh, I had it and I lost it. Oh, little things like NPCs that can point you to Sultan. Why would we point people to Sultan?
So, well, you mean like cross episode interactions? So like the treasure hunter stuff.
The inventory tutorial with the helper
Right.
automaton that will let you go to that space. But anyway, the more important thing is I've been working on I had envisioned the episode 2 storyline basically in 4 chunks, 4, I guess, smaller story arcs that sort of like lead one to the other. And we were putting all the scenes in place. There's still other scenes that I would want there. We were putting other scenes in place and putting in local quests that related to that scene and its people. So we had Spindleskog quests, and we had Port Harmony quests, and we had Vickling quests, and all those was roughly self-contained within that scene and maybe nearby scenes that people cared about. For example, like in Tanglemire, you would get a quest to go chat with a guy at the start of Spindleskog, and he could give you its own quest. So that was, sometimes we link scenes, a pair of scenes together or something like that. There's obviously Grusk and Grusk Factory.
I'm not going to interrupt you, but I'm just saying I'm running the prize innings now because I'm 10 minutes late in doing that.
Okay. It was also Port Harmony Cistern. So a lot of times I like to do the pairing of things. Vickland doesn't have a paired scene, but it's got the Obsidian Valley that was like a extension of that scene itself. It's hard to get to and it's quest related. So anyway, so the first chunk, the first story arc of the 4 that I had in mind was based around Cantabria, which was mostly Port Harmony and the Outlaws Run. There wasn't a lot of connection there. Sometimes I talk about the Outlaws and the Outlaws Run, and you might do a quest or 2 from Port Harmony that talks about it. So what I've been working on is a quest that sort of like, kind of wraps that up. It's like a bookend quest, a wrap-up quest. And it follows the plan I had from the start, which is each of those local scenes, the Port Harmony, Vickland, Tanglemire, they have their NPCs have track a renown score. So there's like a Tanglemire renown, there's a Port Harmony renown. Not a big deal. It's not used for anything special as far as the player is concerned, but it's for me to track quests. I didn't want your quest experience to be linear through episode 2 or fully linear. I wanted to branch out and then contract to a gating point and then branch out again. And the way it branches out is up to you. So in this end cap quest, basically you have to have done 2 quests in Port Harmony, of any quests of Port Harmony, and then also there's 2 specific quests that sort of like set the stage a little bit for this finale thing. It's not a big finale. It's not like it's like a big battle scene or anything like that. It's not like a massive you versus an army, but you will, if you have done the prerequisite number of quests in the 2 specific ones specifically, then you will be able to pick up another quest from the Minister of the Hearth, Verity Webb, and then you'll sort of go in there. I don't want to say too much about it. It's not available on QA yet, but when I get the thumbs up, Stephen, I guess, then we will make that available on QA, and you'll be able to play through it. Hopefully, you don't. Not that's a big spoiler, but you don't want to necessarily share it with everyone. You want to post it all over the place. Let some people have some fun figuring out.
I guess got to stop this because he's killing me, he's killing us, and he's killing the vibe of all this. So he doesn't know what the hell he's going to be doing at the end here.
And it's not going to be available before the end of the year, because he's the only one working on it, as well as working on Chris Spears' other game. So no real time to do that, but instead spending time on the.
I'm going to go with whatever job is paying more is the one he's going to be working on more.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. Whichever one's giving him, ideas are a dime a dozen, and we don't even have one of those. That's too much. Yeah. The actual point that we're not, he doesn't even have a clue how he's tying them together, according to what he's saying. He's got an idea, but he doesn't actually know.
No clue whatsoever.
It's gonna be up to you, but you're gonna have to waste time doing prerequisites so that we have time to figure out whether it's going to be the left hand tonight or the right hand tonight. I don't know, but
what kind of lubrication are we going to be using tonight? Is it going to be raw or what? It is. We don't know. We tell you guys that we have these plans and it's all storyboarded, because remember, Richard also said that all the episode 2 storyboards were completed years ago.
Yeah, that was before he bailed on the project.
The premise of the quest lines for episode 2.
That's before somebody else got their hands on everything, and somebody else left the project and left it in the hands of somebody who has no idea what.
Is this kind of them saying where are the design docs for whatever?
Yeah, if we had design docs, then they would have been left by Portalarium, but Portalarium didn't leave us anything according to Ravlox. And I'm sure it's there. Just whether you can make heads or tails of it is another story. But that's just speculation at this point. So I'm not gonna stick to that.
This does not inspire confidence whatsoever anywhere. We don't really know, but I'm thinking that maybe I'm just going to do 4 chunks for the 4 different islands, and you have to complete 2 quests on each island.
4 islands.
And then from there, you've completed the Mistrinder quest line. It's
you mean the 3 islands.
Sorry, the 3 islands.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But then none of it's going to be unified, not going to be coherent or anything else. There's going to be nothing. Inspiring confidence.
Yes. It's all in Chris's closet. It's all in Lord British's closet. That's where it is. Richard's got it in his closet.
It's kind of like the update for the new server, so they can do the Unity 2021 upgrade in 2024.
Yes. Only 3 years behind.
Because it had a bare minimum of RAM in that system, and he needed to upgrade other parts of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's easier to upgrade when you add more RAM. Just saying.
Well, yes.
Just saying. I don't know much, but
yes.
Yeah, can I send them more RAM? I know, Justice. I know, man. If this was truly crowdfunded, that's how it would really work.
I did ask for the specs, so that way we could actually find out how old it was, and that way we could actually get things like, hey, we've got this pool for the server RAM for you guys.
Yeah. We could buy eBay surplus Russian computer parts for them on eBay.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I know. All jokes aside, there on that one. Yeah, we don't know. Again, we got one person building a server that's taking several years to build when, it really doesn't take that much. Just takes, put the shit together and fucking install the stuff. I mean, what does that
Yes.
take? A day or two? I mean, really. How long does it take to install memory, some hard drives, and then fucking run install programs? I mean, really. I mean, yeah.
Um,
I can understand
well,
data
you got to set up
2
migration.
hours.
virtual machines.
Huh?
Remember, they're going to be running a bunch of virtual machines on that box.
Yeah, well, again, that doesn't take too much time because once you make one, all you got to do is clone them, and that's like fucking instantaneously. You know that, I know that, Tina knows that, anybody who's ever ran a VM knows that.
Well, yeah,
Cloning a
this shit
VM is,
ain't hard.
well, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I can understand maybe data migration might take a little bit of time, but the rest of it, should be pretty easy to get done when it comes to, especially the hardware portion of it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard drives or SSDs, I'm hoping that he's doing SSDs, Conjure. I really am. I mean, if not, we're all fucking doomed, I'll tell you. But meanwhile, we got to wrap things up here and get out of here because it's that time.
Oh yes.
And we're going to close
But
out the streamer bundle giveaway, and the one that I've
Hitches,
got is going to Noob Skyblabber. Noob
Hitches getting
Skyblabber.
her third.
Third one of the day, huh? Congratulations.
Yes.
That 3
They are the
RNG.
meaner of the day. I mean, that RNG did enter 3. So they got 3 streamer bundles. I do not know your
Congratulations.
pronouns. So they. And the Steam key going to be going to Paladin Michael, who's
Michael
getting a
Berg.
copy of Pike. Nope, Paladin Michael. Steam key.
Yeah, it's Michael Berg.
Getting a copy of. Nope. That would. Steam key is.
I understand
Whisper.
that, but his in-game fucking name is Michael Berg. Okay, jeez.
But
You gotta be tough.
do Steam keys go to in-game whispers?
Listen, don't make me come over there and slap you.
Don't make me pull out a fucking book and read it to you. I've got ones. So Pike and Shot Campaigns is currently $9 or $10 on Steam, regular price $39.99. I will pull out the book, The Sword of Midras, and read it to you, lads, so you know the backstory.
That was the final giveaway of the day, picking ourselves a winner. And Noob Skyblabber winning yet again. Congratulations, Noob. You're going to get yourself a copy of Blood and Zombies. Currently $4.94 on sale for the 4th of July sale. Retail price $14.99. Going out to Noob Skyblabber. So congratulations to you. And of course, we got to go ahead and wrap things up and get out of here. We'll be back next Monday right here on NBNN. Till then, of course, everybody have a safe and happy holiday weekend. Come back with all your toes and fingers and, of course, your lives. And, of course, we'll see you all then. Of course, till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
I'm Wilmer.
And we are NBNN. Have a great 4th of July weekend. We'll see you all on Monday.